Tongue has been affected by this issue?
So far, 32 communities.
32 communities?
Yeah, that is the highest.
Exactly what has happened to those communities?
Most of the, when you come to Central Tongue, you see that we have a lot of creeks around, which have their sources into the main Volta River. So as a result of the spillage, the overflow water had gone to those communities. Apart from crossing roads and submerging, getting buildings submerged, water has succeeded in going to all homes in large quantity, but not to the extent of that of Mefe. And they are now stagnant. They are not moving anywhere. And the implication, as you know, is that it will definitely be a breeding ground for mosquitoes, and malaria will follow. Waterborne diseases cannot be ruled out. These are some of them. Farmlands have been wholly overtaken by water. And as a result of these creeks, communities like Sotikpo, communities like Kabagodo, communities like Bafijugame, which were hitherto peninsula, have now become islands. Because some of them you have to cross 2 or 3 creeks before you get to those communities. So accessibility to those communities is now difficult. You can only do that through the use of canoe. School children have been cut away from their school settings. So these are some of the things that I can tell you about them.
So a place like Mafidugame, if you're going now, you need to
cross Kebe twice.
Okay.
You need to cross Kebe twice. You cross Kebe before you get to Kebegodo. Then in trying to access Dugame and Beko and Old Bakpa and Sotikpo, you have to cross another one before you go.
Wow. And you say the water is now stagnant.
The water having flowed into the communities is now stagnant.
Where are you? So, do you have an idea? Have you been able to take count of how many people are not able to access their houses, go back and live in their houses?
Yes. You mean the number of people displaced?
Yes, number of people displaced.
We are pegging them around 10,000, 12,000.
In your constituency alone, 10,000?
Yeah, because if you look at this place, if you look at Mafi, if you look at Bakpa, Abadiwekuma, it's a very huge community on its own. And it's on an island, completely ravaged, my brother. The buildings have collapsed.
Bakpa.
If you go to Siamakuma, you cannot see any Siamakuma today. It's also on an island. And there is another island living between Avadwekuma and Kabagodo, Kabanu. That one too. Off. Completely off. And if you go to Mafidugama is a very huge community. If you go to Mafi, Achemukova, completely, the people have vacated the place. It's another huge community. If you go to Delzima, it's another huge community. If you go to Chechepo, it's another huge community. And the people can no longer settle there. They've all been evacuated.
Wow. So all these communities you have mentioned, there's no one in these communities.
The number of people living, and you know our marriage system too. People have access to 2, 3 wives and other things and their children. The average family size is 5, 6. Average. So you can just imagine what we are talking about.
Where are these people living now?
Huh?
Where are they living? They're displaced.
Yeah, we've brought some to. We have a place for them at Bakpa, Newtown. So all those from those islands, we have brought them there. If you go there now, some of them are even under mango tree, and we've now gotten some. When they came initially, they were under mango tree. We've now gotten accommodation for them. Some are in church houses, some are in some schools. But those from Siamakome, those from Achemkope, and those from Devime and others, we have housed them in the long assembly hall of Adidome Farm Institute. They have a very long, big assembly hall there. So we have them there. And then majority of them are settling with families in Adidome town. So if you come to Adidome town, it's choked now.
Wow.
And those from Samako, some of them are also sojourning in a church house close to Afeta Bokova.
So, how are you taking care of them?
Yeah, in fact, from day one, we started appealing to individuals and benevolent organizations, and they've started responding. Some have brought water. Now, the issue is about bread and butter. So, we know the water is seriously polluted, my brother. You can see it now. You can look at it. Seriously polluted. So we've decided to buy sachet water for them. And people have been bringing a lot. They've been bringing a lot of water. Yesterday we took delivery of some items, food items from BAQ Foundation from Accra. We also took delivery of food items from Tanker Owners Association. If you look at what they brought yesterday, is so much, and we'll start distributing them this morning. We've written to a lot of benevolent organizations, and we hope they are also responding. Some individuals in their own capacity have also been responding. Well-meaning citizens who are better placed are equally responding. So we are managing them small, but we hope that a lot of things will happen. This afternoon, I'll be taking delivery of some quantity of food items and water from some organization at Battle. So I'll be going there.
So exactly what do you need? It looks like you're getting a lot of water, but not enough food. What else is missing?
Yes, the food has started trooping in. We need things like gari, we need things like rice, easily cooked food. Things like rice, things like gari. We need sugar, we need oil, we need beverages like Milo and other things. We also need things like blankets. We also need things like mattresses, because all this wood that they have put in the various places, my brother, they are only lying on cloth. They've spread their cloth on the ground and are lying on it, and there is the likelihood that they can easily contract, get pneumonia. So we need student mattresses in large quantity for these people to lie on. Some have lost their personal effects like clothing and other things. So we will appreciate if some organizations will also give us clothing for us to give to them.
So mattresses, food, easy to cook food.
Easily cooked food. Easy
Okay.
to cook food.
Okay.
Mattresses.
Mattresses, you need clothes.
And then like tin fish.
Okay.
And then oil. If you get these three, mattress easily cooked food like rice, gari, tin fish. We've launched appeal locally too. So wonderfully, our own people, like people from the Mafikwanse area there, they've been bringing a lot of food. People from Avakurume and others, they've been bringing in a lot of food to them, and they are delivering it to them directly. And the La Radio, the station that is here, is also doing launching appeal day in, day out. And people are bringing food, and they are also going around distributing them to them. So locally produced food, at least we are satisfying them with that for now, whilst we expect food items from outside.
You must be excited as an MP to see that level of communal spirit, that people are ready to provide the little that their brothers and sisters need.
I am surprised that our people bought into the request in bid, and they are doing wonderfully well.
Because these are very difficult times. People were going through very difficult times before this happened. Is there anywhere, because you said there are some communities that the people have vacated.
Yes.
Is there any chance of people returning to those communities, or have they lost those buildings altogether?
Zana, if you look at Mepe, for instance, look at this number of days that these buildings have been submerged. You know that they will be weakened. Do you know that?
Yes.
Because of the long stay of their long stay in the water. As for buildings, because of cement, the moment they stay in water for long, they get weakened. And at any time, they could collapse. That is our problem. The mud buildings in these villages are not surviving at all. They are not. It is only the block buildings that are still standing. But even that, with their long stay in water, they will definitely collapse at the end of the day. So it means that we have a huge accommodation deficit after the water dries up or moves somewhere. But at the moment, if you look at it, you see that it's stagnant. If you look at that of Mepe now, it's stagnant. It's the same thing at my place. Nobody can understand. So we are going to have accommodation deficit seriously in these communities.
So in the interim, what you need is to settle the people.
Settle the bread and butter issue.
Okay.
Then after that, we'll think of the long term. It will interest you to note that the Association of Tongu Chiefs, they invited the 3 MPs and the 3 DCs. We met last Saturday, and we have put a 13-member committee in place to be the spokes committee for the Tongus. They will be meeting the ministerial committee that the government has put in place, and they will be meeting the VRA too. So they've been charged to, in the short term, focus on bread and butter issues for our people to be settled. Thereafter, we'll look at the long-term ones like the compensation aspect and then how are they housed. That one, they will be looking at it later.
Everybody has been wondering, do you feel the state has acted swiftly and comprehensively enough?
The VRA?
The states, not only the VRA, but the NADMO, the state itself.
The least talk about them, the better. My brother, when this thing happened, the very Wednesday, that dark Wednesday, that our people were displaced, VRA brought some few mattresses. They underrated the whole situation. They brought some few mattresses, some few bags of rice, and then rubber bowls. And as soon as VRA arrived, you see the top echelon of NADMO. They also came, including the Director General. They were just throwing their weight around, as if they brought the thing. They were behaving as if they brought the thing with VRA. Meanwhile, it was VRA that brought this thing. But that was the sign that I saw. And they didn't even want me to come closer. They wanted only the district chief executives to come closer and receive the decision. I didn't even mind them. That was what happened. And you saw that we never heard any statement from the president. The president, as we know him, anytime I thought something happened, he will first tweet. He will do tweeting. But he didn't do that. And we were there when we were told that he will be coming on Monday. Chiefs were brought together in my district here, only for us to be told in the last minute They sat there from 11 o'clock, only to be told around 5 o'clock that he wouldn't come again. So he went to North Tongu. And it is North Tongu that he went and said, if he were to base his visit on voting, he wouldn't have come to Mepe because they didn't vote for him. That was the comment he came to make over there. Our people are in disaster moments. Our people have lost hope. Our people are in a situation that is beyond description and wanted to be strengthened by the words of their leader, wanted to get hope from their leader. That was the comment that the president ended up making. And it's rather unfortunate. And it's below the belt because he was not on a campaign platform.
So you were expecting the president in Central Tongu? That was the initial. Okay.
No, we were not even expecting. They told us they were coming.
Oh, okay. So you were told that he will pass through. He will pass through.
And South Tongu to the same.
Okay.
They told us that he was coming. The chief sat there from 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock, only to be told he wouldn't come again. And today they say the vice president is coming. I am not interested because I am just going around looking for bread and butter for my people. So I will go to Bato this morning. Yeah.
You'll be in Bato this morning?
Yes. I'll take delivery of some items there.
Okay. But how are you coping, Honorable? Because, these chief executives are not elected. The people always know that they elected Honorable Alexander Gabi Otoje.
Yes.
So when things of this sort happen, they come back to you. How are you coping with all this?
It's not easy. I can tell you on authority that you know our people, you know them, you are a tongue man. You know our people are always self-sustaining. They don't like depending upon people. They are making such an effort. And like I told you, our local appeal is also yielding a lot of results. So they are not putting pressure on me for their bread and butter. Initially, I got 500 bags of sachet water and some quantity of bottled, packed water. And they've been surviving, and we distributed them to each community. And people have also been bringing it. We are doing that just to take care of their safe drinking water. Then the local appeal is also bringing food to the table. That is the way we are surviving. And now we have started taking delivery of food items from outside to supplement the local one. And we continue telling our own brothers and sisters that they should not have that donor fatigue. They should continue supporting them, and they are ready to do. Every now and then, bags of gari are coming. Every now and then, cassava dough. Every now and then, bags of maize are coming for the people. So that is what is happening.
And I'm guessing you're having to set up makeshift kitchens where these things are cooked and shared, or how are you doing it?
Yeah. That's what we are doing. We have created a buffer. So we are putting everything at a point, and we make sure that we look at the list and we distribute accordingly. It is sent to the chief or the headman in the place. They open, community leaders are called, and they come for their food. Those that are in his safe havens, they will go there directly and distribute and give it to them.
Honorable, we wish you all the best. We'll be in touch.
My brother. When as you can see, it will take some time for these people for life to return to normalcy. So we continue extending our appeal. So we want to appeal to Radio Gold to also take that up for us. They should appeal to individuals, well-meaning individuals. They should appeal to NGOs, international and national, and appeal on our behalf to churches and embassies to come to our aid. We are still in a very precarious situation. Life is difficult. Already the country is hot economically, and this thing has set in. It has only added salt to injury. So we plead with them to come to our aid. Our people are really suffering. So now this is going to trigger a very big fight. So now you are a Tongu person, you know. It is because of our people's resolve to sacrifice their livelihood that has led to the construction of the Akosombo Dam. But sadly, when I went back to look at Act 46 that established the Akosombo Dam, no provision has been made for the lower Volta Basin, which is the Tongu area, getting to Angola. No provision in terms of compensation, nothing. They only give scholarships to people at the top there. Our people have lost their livelihood. You know, are falling oyster harvesting. They've lost it completely. It's no longer here. The land got flooded. So all those pieces of land along the river are no longer fertile lands. You know that?
Yes.
Majority of our people have to travel to the north and other river settlements to make a living. Those who have traveled to Wipe and others, because of uncle crisis, they have come back home blind. And their grandchildren have to take them to go and be burning charcoal as a way, as a source of livelihood, or as a source of earning something. These children cannot survive. They cannot even afford 1 square meal a day. So when they are on holidays, they travel back to their aunties and uncles in the areas like Bupe, Akosombo, and others. Even when they are going to Yeji and others to help their aunties and others to get something for school, they are always intercepted by some NGOs. And their uncles are dealt with because they label those children as children that are being trafficked. Coming back to the village here again, what do we see? Majority of our boys are suffering from bilharzia. The entire river, the greater part of the river, has been overtaken by aquatic weeds, increasing our problem, waterborne diseases. The VRA is no longer clearing the river of those aquatic weeds. And they are there. Some of them have begun to form islands. And this is what they have done to the Tongus again. What have we done to deserve this? What have we done to deserve this? Look at the difficulties we go through as a result of the construction of the Akosombo Dam. Yet, no formal provision has been made for the Tongus, for that matter, the lower Volta Basin, in terms of compensation, in terms of motivation. Nothing, virtually nothing. And look at what we are suffering again. It leaves much to be desired.
I guess we have to have a much more comprehensive discussion, and I was going to conclude with you on that note. When we get out of the immediate crisis, we have to talk about exactly what needs to be done in there. But I was going to conclude on that, but I realized that there's the tendency of people to always see only one or two constituencies, and sometimes maybe attention is on one, and two may not have as much attention. So in that case where things are, perhaps people are bringing things and it's any that maybe not Tongu, not so much is coming to you. How are you working with your other colleagues to ensure that there's an even spread so that you can also get some wealth?
It appears, I don't know. I know they are doing a lot, but it appears South Tongu is not coming to the limelight. I don't know whether they are not telling their stories very well. But I've heard a lot. They've been doing that. But I don't know. They've been left out, like two the relief items that I have taken. They will not be included. It is myself and North. So I don't know what the problem is. So when I spoke to their MP this morning, that was what I took from Tanka Une's advision, and he said they never received anything like that. So what I will do is, when I get back to my brother, I'll be going to Sam this morning. When I get there, we'll all think about it and see what we can do. Initially, I was suggesting that all of us should come together and do the same thing, so that they will recognize us as the three Tongus, as done by Keta, Anglo, and Aflau in the past during the tidal wave. But unfortunately, it hasn't gone through that. At first, I was getting late. We were not meeting. Sammy had also traveled out. So I also started flowing out my letters on my own and then talking to people on my own. So that is what is yielding all these things. And prominent citizens from my place today are also doing well. They are contacting people on our behalf. And that is what is happening now. So what you have said is a tourism. You have said it right. Some are not benefiting so much, but others are doing. And this is very dangerous.
Yeah, perhaps it's always because the other Tongue area see South Tongue as maybe better. The situation of South Tongue is usually better.
Meanwhile, they are also equally suffering.
Yeah. Honorable, thank you very much for speaking to us.
I'm grateful, sir. Now, where I slept last night, I'll go back.
You hear a lot more from us. Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Gabi Alexander Hotelje is Member of Parliament for Central Tongue speaking to us. Ironically, turns out my constituency is the one that's not getting a lot. The three Tongue constituencies, they usually see South Tongue